Today I'll be telling you guys why I'm getting rid of the Samsung S95B, so smack a like on this video because I'm getting to the point right now without wasting any of your time. Okay, so the first thing first, okay, when we go into custom after firmware 1303, it's still broken. Look at that. It still destroys and crushes out all of your information. Completely ruined. So you can't custom calibrate. What a joke. $2,000+ TV, and that's just for a 55-inch, and they have these kinds of problems. So I thought to myself, okay, I'll deal with it, no big deal, fine. Okay, let's go to the home screen, okay? What you'll notice is that things stick, like now, a lot more than they should. It gets stuck and freezing. Freezing is one of the biggest things I can't stand, and this will do it from time to time, and things will get a little challenging and slow and sluggish. That's something with this TV that I just cannot forgive no matter how hard I try, okay? So we've got a freezing UI that gets glitchy and slows down randomly, right? Look how slow it is when you open up the picture setting menu, right? I'm clicking, and it takes a couple clicks for it to move around. Look at that buffering time. I mean, look, it's so slow. You wait around forever. Look at that. Look at the wait time before it goes to each individual menu. Now, if you've never had a Samsung TV, this is usually a really fast and expedient process. But on this TV that costs more than all of the other Samsung TVs I've ever purchased, this is the worst. And then that's not even the part that gets me. The part that gets me that is the most unforgivable is after all those things, my brightness got worse. So I recently did the firmware update that everybody recommended I do, which was 1303. And just for perspective, so you see I'm not like BSing you, I will go down here to support, and then you'll see software, 1303, top right-hand corner. Okay, but here's the problem. I did 1302. I was upset because they nerfed the brightness by removing some 500 nits. I used to be able to hit 1500 nits and maintain anywhere from 13 to 1400 nits conservatively pretty well on most of my windows of peak brightness. In English, that just means the TV was really bright. They made it dimmer in line with, other OLEDs. And with this new update, it got even dimmer again for SDR specifically, in that now my average peak brightness goes from about 522 to like 525, something like that. And now it goes even lower to like 466 being my average. What the fuck? So you not only did you like watch my video on clearly what I didn't like Samsung, but then you go back in and then you make it even dimmer as like a big FU. So I don't know. I don't know who this product was intended for, but I'm not putting up with it. I'm actually getting rid of it. I'm not going to take it a second longer, and if I'm just going to take a loss on it because that's just what it has to be, then that's what it has to be, but I can't do it. I can't have a company literally say F you to this level and like it just be cool, because you have to look at all the things as they are when we talk about product reviews, right? Like they have all these darling influencers and YouTubers say, hey, this is a great product, you believe in them and you buy it. That's not my case because I'm a technical reviewer. As you know, I'm doing my own measurements and tests. But let's say for all intents and purposes, you trust in these reviewers. And they're only talking about before Samsung issued this firmware update that destroyed this TV's brightness. Okay, so now after the fact here, you're stuck with a TV that doesn't look that great as far as brightness, but it was way more impressive when you first saw it. Nobody's covering that basically, but like me, and I think all things tech I saw mention it as well. But that was basically it. I have not heard a single soul really mention this as like the annoying issue that it is. Okay, and then the other problem that I'm noticing with this is like, after they did this, it's just kind of seen as like a oh well kind of thing, because the almost the immediate response after this is just kind of like, well, just wait for another update. If you have to wait around for another update for them to fix something that wasn't broken to begin with, then there's a problem with the product and the company's direction. My biggest thing here is, while this has great color and the black levels are awesome, and I guess, yeah, sure, I can deal with the lower peak brightness, I'm not going to, because it's principle. I didn't have that. I didn't pay for that. And they bait and switched me. And at that point, they can get bent, right? And I think this is something that more consumers need to do, right? It's now at the point where you have to speak with your dollars and let Samsung know they messed up, because if there is no other course of action you can take at this point, because nobody outside, short of like Vincent Teo, who's a cherry-picked reviewer and their favorite, okay, saying something is wrong, they really don't care what we have to say. And even when he speaks, they really don't tend to care unless he's like making them look bad, talking about accuracy above everything else. And then they nerf our fucking TVs and give us like 400 fucking goddamn nits. And pardon my French, but I'm still really pissed off about this because they made the world's most perfect TV. Everything I could look for in a TV they did create, and then they took it away. Who does that benefit? Like, why do that? I don't know. And for all the idiot calibrators, and I'll say it just like that, don't care who I offend at this point, that want to come on and be like, oh, you're always negative, or you're always angry, or, you know, they fixed an error where SDR was 1500 nits of peak brightness. That wasn't supposed to happen from the get. We have LED TVs that have been capable of that for years. That was never considered an error. And the moment an OLED hits it, now it's an error. And then the other thing that pisses me off is that's called headroom. You have headroom to control the contrast and control your highlights. So when you dim down the TV, you have more room to work with to get more realistic expressions of contrast and highlight rendering. And the fact that they took that away ruins it. Because now you're stuck with basically what you'd have on the C1. And for that, get the C1. It's like a C1 with quantum dots, basically, with worse motion than what the C1 offers. I'm not putting up with that. And then you add in the glitchy menu, you add in the broken color management system, and you know, you're starting to get a full picture as you paid a lot of money for this and they're not really respecting you. And if you don't have respect for me, you don't get my money. That's how that works. Now, I can't speak for you personally. All I can do is put out this PSA and hope you are armed with the knowledge that most reviewers don't want to give you in their commercial that they're plugging for sponsorships and favor and to look good. And it honestly make people feel good, right? This doesn't make anybody feel good. I'm aware of that. I know, like, you're going to watch this video and it's a negative vibe. But damn it, it's honest, okay? And at the end of the day, that's why I'm the #1 brand in honesty. I'll put myself out on the line and make everybody hate me so that you'll benefit and have the information you need. Because at the end, that's all we can do as consumers. Otherwise, they keep winning. They get to advertise us products and ruin them down the line, and we're stuck with them. I mean, like, literally outside of my return period, there's nothing I can do. And how many people does this happen to all the time? I take such a stance against this because this kind of behavior right here is exactly how we get screwed in the consumer market. So I really hope this video finds you guys well. I want to thank you guys so much for watching the #1 brand in honesty. Sound off in the comments down below. To my members, my VIPs, I'll put out one last setting for you guys. And then outside of that, that's going to be it. I'm done with this thing. So until the next video, I'll see you guys later.